Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of NWHL Open Ice. Special for a number of reasons. The first is it's Thursday. If you didn't know it was Thursday, you need to go to sleep. Number two, Wild Bronco to subscribe for six months, and Gladys Knight just subscribed for 6 months. I look at chat. I look at it. And number three is it's just, there's some major league announcements today. I don't know if you guys saw. Lavisa Salander won Goaltender of the Year. Katie Leary won Newcomer of the Year. And Fratkin won Defender of the Year. But there were some notable exceptions to the awards. Like the MVP award. Missing, right? It was kind of weird. And that is my sweet angels, my sweet little cherubs, my sweet, sweet friends. We have them in the studio tonight. We will be doing a live announcement of the MVP tonight. And I who do you guys think it is? I just want to know before I announce, like, who do you think it is? I mean, and if my vote was for Cappy, but can't win them all. It's Cappy. Get out of here, guys. Get out of here. But before we do that, kind of a big weekend coming up. Kind of a big deal. I've been waiting my whole life for playoff weekend. My whole life for this weekend. It's win or go home time. It is. It's anyone's game. You win this weekend or you're gone. It's over. It's over. You have to leave. The action kicks off this Friday with the Buttes versus the Whale. And it's at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We get that excitement. Then we get a day of recovery. And then Sunday, the winner of that game gets the privilege of playing the Pride. That starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 12:30 Central Standard Time, don't ask me what time that is, the Whitecaps take on the Riveters. It's going to be good. It's going to be so good. I hope you've canceled all of your plans this weekend. I certainly have. Not doing anything else other than watching playoff hockey. It's going to be good. You want to know what else is going to be good? Our MVP. Or is good. So this year's MVP was voted on by a media panel of those intimately familiar with the NWHL. And ladies and gentlemen, we have... Hold on, where's my pump-up music? We have, for the first time in NWHL history, a tie. We have a tie! 2 people have been named MVP. So you guys ready? Can I get a drum roll? The first MVP, well, both of them. Let's just announce both of them. Jillian Dempsey and Allie Thunstrom. Oh, crowd goes wild. So please spam those pride emojis in chat because we have the very first MVP in the studio with us right now. Please welcome Jillian Dempsey. Jillian, welcome. And first of all, let me be the first to officially congratulate you. Congratulations on earning MVP.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be part of this Gamer Doc Twitch right
now. We're happy to have you. I've been talking about you all season. Not weird at all. It's fine. You've been a fan favorite. You have been a favorite of everyone going into this. We've been talking about you on this show for a while. So this has been a remarkable year for both yourself and the Pride. Between your almost perfect season and scoring 100 points for the first time in NWHL history and being an all-star captain. Can you just talk to me about what this year has been like for you?
It's been incredible. The group that we have in the locker room, the chemistry and the personalities makes going to the rink so enjoyable for practices and for games. And I think because we have such great chemistry on the ice, things are gelling well. And obviously, in terms of how we've been playing, things have been going our way for the most part, and feeling pretty great about that. So we're having a blast this season, and I love this team, and I love our group, and I'm thrilled about Isabel Cup playoffs coming up with the eyes on the prize, focused on Sunday, ready for that game.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has been waiting for you all and playoffs to see what you can do because you guys have been a very entertaining team to watch. We've all been enjoying it. But I just want to say, I just want to read off your MVP numbers because they're kind of a big deal. So you ended regular play number 1 in points, 40, number 1 in assists, number 2 in points per game at 1.7, number 2 in game-winning goals, and number 3 in goals. You're dangerous no matter where you are on the ice, right? Like, it's not like you're just a goal scorer. You're making points happen wherever you are. So I just want to just play this really quick clip above you.
And winners will be decided towards the end of the season.
That's right. I believe a trip to the.
I just love that pass.
And a
That pass is wild. Like, your passing
for the Boston
accuracy
Pride.
in traffic is remarkable. Do you like just pass 1,000 times a day, 2,000, 7,000 times a day?
I definitely am fortunate to play with teammates who make amazing plays as well and who can snipe and finish and put the puck in the net. That obviously makes my job much easier. So I'm grateful to have amazing line mates and teammates who play in all 3 zones and make the plays happen as well. But, one of my favorite parts about playing hockey is back checking and, taking face-offs, blocking shots, and those sorts of plays. Obviously, scoring goals are a blast, and being in a goal huddle is one of the best. But, hockey in all 3 zones is so much fun for me. And I just try to do my job and play my role in each zone for my teammates. So it's always great when it ends in a goal at the other end.
Yeah, I think you're doing a solid job in all 3 zones.
Thank you.
Murphy wants to know if you're using cheat codes.
I like some of those. You can pass along some of those McDavid or Pasternak cheat codes. I'll take some.
Up, down. Right. So another really remarkable accomplishment you've had, like I listed a lot of them. If we were gonna list your accomplishments, we'd run out of time. You have to get to practice tonight. But one of the most awesome things was, we played this as the clip of the week a couple weeks ago, was your performance in the accuracy competition at the All-Star game. Because you missed your first one, we're gonna allow that, okay? But then you hit every single target, and you hit them all in 9.69 seconds. Like, if you were to hold like a squirt gun to my head and say, "All right, hit these targets right now," I wouldn't be able to do it because my arms would get so tired, just fall down and pass out. But can you talk to me about like what you do? Like, what are you doing to practice your shot? I'm gonna play this video while you tell us.
And it's the
What are you doing to practice your shot? Are you just doing this all day, every day, after you practice all your passing?
You know what? Honestly, I do
45
practice that
seconds.
exact shooting accuracy. Several Christmases ago, I actually got some targets that I've been using just to work on it. And, it's not just for that competition, trying to work on accuracy from different areas of the ice and really trying to have a quick release and a deceptive shot to get the goalies. Well, maybe they're not expecting it, but obviously if you can have a quick, hard shot on net exactly where you want it to go, the chances of scoring are going to go up. So I definitely, I'm somebody who really enjoys the process and I love the grind. And, over the summer, I'll go out with a bucket of pucks and shoot at one of the local parks and just do several buckets. And that's something I enjoy doing. One of my teammates, McKenna Brand, my line mate as well, and Raspy, our other teammate, we would do that in the summers and during the season. Anytime we can stay on the ice a little longer before the next group comes out, we'll stay and we'll just shoot pucks after puck after puck and put the targets up and do a little competition. So that's something that having the targets makes it more competitive and something to really work for. It knocking all 4 and 4 shots is the goal. So that's what I was going for. But obviously I'll take it, and it's great to see something like that work out the way it did.
Were you just so mad at yourself after you missed that first one because you're just like, I could do all 4, like I've done all 4? I mean, it's funny because when people talk about you, when other people talk about you, it's just like you live, you breathe hockey, and which is funny because you have a full-time job, and you're a teacher too, so it's like a double job. It's like you have all your work during the day, and then you have all that extra work at night. So the fact that you have this time and you commit to doing this is just remarkable. And it's obviously showing in your play. It's showing in your success. It's why you're the MVP of the league. It's why your team has, only lost one game this season. So congratulations. It's just really fun to watch. Another amazing thing that happened to you recently was you were named to the top 25 most powerful women in hockey by Emily Sadler. And I just want to read this quote by Fratkin on you. So here you go. She lives, breathes, and sleeps hockey and the Boston Pride. Off the ice, she's one of a kind. On the ice, she's an unbelievable hockey player. She comes in clutch for us this year. I think if you can put up 100 points in 4.5 seasons, playing only a very limited amount of hockey games, that shows she's a great hockey player. A lot of players are keeping an eye on her while she's on the ice. Put it that way. She's that good. When people talk about you, they use a very different tone than when they talk about other people. Like, I've heard things like one of a kind, not of this planet. All Jillian wants to do is play hockey. Has it always been like that for you? Have you always been this good? Has hockey always been your priority?
Well, first of all, thanks to those people and the wonderful things that they say. Obviously, Friday, I appreciate all those kind words. And, I really do just love playing hockey. And like I said, I love the grind and the process and really putting in the work. I enjoy that and the sacrifice that goes with it. And the game is so much fun. And the friendships and bonds that you make are something that will last a lifetime. I think way back when I started, I was about 5 years old, and I fell a couple of times. I wasn't sure if hockey was for me, and my parents encouraged me to stay with it. That after that first time I fell, and then I went back out there, and I absolutely loved it. And thank goodness I stuck with it because it's taken me to so many different places and provided me with so many opportunities in life. And I all the way through, I think I've been very fortunate to have the career that I've had from the youth days till now and hopefully beyond. Um, I played in the Assabet Valley girls program from U12 through U19 and had the opportunity and the wonderful experience of winning different USA hockey national championships with that group. And, I played prep school hockey at Rivers, and my 8th grade year when I attended the school, it was the first year as a varsity program, and it was something special to be part of developing a program that now is competing for the ISL championship. And that's something awesome to see that growth and to know that I got to be there at the beginning of it and be part of it. And everybody who knows me would say that I got to live my dream playing Harvard hockey. That was something I wanted since 6th grade. And it was everything I wanted and more. I absolutely loved it. The 4 years flew by. I was fortunate to get a bean pot and we had a share in the Ivy title one of the seasons. And ultimately, we wanted the NCAA championship, but I think the experiences in my Crimson jersey are something I wouldn't trade for the world. So, and then here I am getting to play hockey beyond college, which if you asked me when I was younger, I wouldn't really have known what was beyond college hockey. So I'm in 7th year as a pro. It's kind of crazy to think about being a veteran now and just continuing to play this game that I love.
Yeah. That's marvelous. I mean, it's wonderful to hear you talk about this game. What's wonderful, we can tell in the passion in your voice why you're so successful. You don't get this far not liking what you do and not finding, extreme satisfaction in what you do. We have time for one more question because you have to get to practice.
Yeah.
So you've been the captain of the All-Star game or an All-Star team. You scored 100 points. You've been named MVP. You named the Bruins mascot. You set a couple records. You were named one of the most powerful women in hockey. What's next?
Geez, right now the immediate thing that's on my mind is making a run and getting this Isabella Cup. So I'm focused on first and foremost practice tonight. Excited to get to the rink with my teammates. Like I said, it's always enjoyable. It's intense. It's competitive, and we're getting ready for Sunday. So that's the immediate thing and on my mind. And I don't want to think too far beyond it. But our goals are to be champions, and we're going to put in the work and hopefully get to that goal.
Wow. Well, best of luck. I have one more question. So There's been some talk about this, and I just want to clear things up. Are you or are you not a slow dresser?
I'm usually the last one to leave the ring. Yeah.
Okay, I just
Yep.
wanted to clear it up because I didn't want there to be like slander out there on you without fully
Yeah.
addressing it.
I'm
Well,
in no rush to leave the rink. I love the locker room. I'm in no rush to leave. I love being there. So I'm usually one of the earlier ones there and saying goodbye to the Zamboni guy on the way out.
Zamboni guy's like, "Can you leave? I need to lock up." Dude.
Turning the lights off.
Come on,
like
bro.
Miracle.
But thank you so much for for coming on the show. Congratulations again. Excellent luck this weekend. Please, any parting words for us?
Yeah, just thank you so much for having me. Thanks to all the Twitch fans and all the Boston Pride fans out there. And a special shout out to my number one fans, my mom and my dad, and my nunny, who's 91 and she's watching this. Hi, nuns.
Naughty! Well, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend. And we'll be everyone's gonna be watching. The whole world's gonna be watching.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
All right, see ya.
Jillian Dempsey, everyone, a legend on the ice, and now MVP. MVP. So that was a good show, right? We had a really good show. Oh wait, hold on. I think I mentioned there were 2 MVPs this season. Should we try and see if we can get Allie Thunstrom on a call? You've all heard the name, usually accompanied by the boom of the sound barrier breaking as she runs past you, as she skates past you. I'm gonna go a little out of order this week because I want to play the clip of the week before Allie comes on the show, because it features her. She, just like to seal, the seeds were in the bag, everything was fine, and she's like, nah, I'm gonna get a hat trick. So here it is, the clip of the week.
You'll see players go hard into each other. It's just part of the game.
A shot and a goal by Allie Thunstrom, and that is the hat trick. 4 points, 3 goals. She cannot be stopped, Alex.
Listen, y'all, I know we got some really talented people in chat right now. Can you... Ooh. And I know we got some really talented people in chat right now, so can you guys just make me like an audio clip for the clip of the week? Like, someone do it, because if you don't, then it's just gonna be like me auto-tuned to clip of the week. It's just gonna be like, it's the clip of the week. And no one wants that everyone's gonna suffer if that happens. So we've got Allie in the call. We're just trying to just get that video. Allie, I see that video. Bring it up. Show me that video. Just like, sound travels faster than video for her. So Allie sound travels slower than video. So without further ado, please welcome our other MVP, Allie Bendstrom. Oh. Hello, Allie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So, huge congratulations on being named MVP. Super well deserved. I mean, we were just talking to Jillian Dempsey, and now we're talking to you. I am just overwhelmed by the amount of talent we have in this channel tonight. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here and, to be named with Demps. I mean, she's a phenomenal player. So yeah, it's a whirlwind right now for sure.
Also a phenomenal player. We would call you like the most valuable player. I think that's what you get to call yourself from now on.
I don't think I'll ever do that, but I appreciate it.
So, before we talk about this season and the immense impact that you've had on, the Caps and Whitecaps and the moments that led to being named the most valuable player, I want to talk about your hockey origins. You're really no stranger to awards. 14 years ago, you were named Minnesota Miss Hockey Award. Now, that's given to the best female senior in hockey in Minnesota, but being the best hockey player in Minnesota is like being the best Overwatch player in South Korea, or being the best rugger in New Zealand. You were the best in the world, right? Or in the country. Come on now. Come on, let's just call it what it is.
I don't know if I'd go that far. There's a lot of very talented players across the country. Massachusetts has a ton, and I don't know if I'd go that far, but I definitely appreciate the 14-year ago comment. because it was a while ago.
Yeah. It's hard to think about how, like, the 90s were 10 years ago, right? Like,
Yeah, I feel very old these days.
Yeah, definitely. So, in addition to being a hockey goddess, you were also an all-stater in both soccer and softball. You've had some really amazing experiences. You've won medals. You're an MVP. You've played a lot of hockey. But does a part of you ever wonder, like, hey, I could have been friends with Megan Rapinoe?
Yeah, I mean, I love the women's soccer team. I think Mallory Pugh's more. I'm a fan of her.
Oh, okay.
But
all
all
right.
of them, yeah, I mean, all of them, they're so inspiring and so fun to watch, and all the success that they've had and what they've done for women's sports in general. I mean, is so cool to see, and they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty awesome. Pretty awesome too. So you played for BC, and one of my favorite stats about you is that you didn't miss a single game in 4 seasons. A single, not a cold, not a broken thumb, nothing.
Oh, I had that.
Oh, you just play. Okay, cool. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm like a sports medicine doctor in my real lifetime, so like that triggers me. So, but then after BC, you said, Boston's a little too warm. Gonna go back to Minnesota, and you started playing for the Whitecaps. Well, a long time ago, though, like not recently.
Yeah. So I started playing for the team in about end of 2006, 2007. And they'd already been around for 3 years. So they started in 2004, which is why Cappy's number is 04. So yeah,
nice.
I mean, it was very different than what it is now, but it's really cool to have been part of kind of that movement and to have stuck with it, knowing that, the Broat family and Dwayne Schmigdahl, who started the program, they had this vision that professional hockey would become real and something that we could all strive for. And, they just were tirelessly working to create opportunities for us to continue playing and continue training. And now here we are. It's all kind of come to fruition, and it's been really special to have been there from the humble beginnings to what it is today.
Yeah. And I mean, that's so interesting to me that you were a part of that transition time. You were a part of the team, and you were playing on the team, and then the NWHL came in, and you were the first ever expansion team, first of many. And what was that transition process like? Like, what was it like for you as a player to see the before and after?
Yeah, I mean, it's been insane. So even the first season that the NWHL came to be, we actually flew out to Connecticut and New York and played the Whale in a exhibition game, and then played the Riveters. And, at that time it was a little bit disappointing because you're like, oh, this is exactly what we want. And we weren't a part of it. But we stuck with it and had a belief that as long as the league was successful, naturally or hopefully we would be, the next team to be part of it. And it was super cool to kind of see what they went through that first year, and to be their first exhibition game was a really special feeling for sure. But yeah, the differences are plenty. Travel back then compared to travel now. I mean, we were in minivans, and some of the players on our team could tell you some pretty crazy stories of getting stuck in Edmonton, Alberta, and, things like that. I think Winnie's group a couple of years before I started had to drive all the way home from somewhere in Saskatchewan. And then when we went to the Clarkson Cup in 2011, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was 2011.
Wow.
We had to drive all the way from Minnesota to Toronto. So it was 19 hours in a blizzard. Probably almost died at least a dozen times. And then we show up, and everybody else had like bussed in and had practices early there that day. And here we arrive at midnight after 19 hours in the car. It was just insane. So it's come a long way for sure.
Well, I'm glad you made it because, now I have someone to talk to.
Exactly.
I would just be talking to like 1,000 people by myself right now. Otherwise, it'd be super awkward. So that's amazing. I love the fact that, you've had all of the experiences, and I also love the fact that you didn't mention the outcome of that Riveters game. But so, your transition to the NWHL has been amazing. So you ended the regular season with the most overall goals. as well as leading the league in shorthanded goals, which comes as no surprise. You were also second in points, second in game-winning goals, and third in points per game. These are MVP numbers. How?
It has nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm just really fortunate to play with incredible players, and especially my line mates, Pizon and Jonna Curtis. I think they're phenomenal players. Jonna was newcomer of the year last year, and she's just so much fun to play with and creates so many opportunities. And Pizon, I've known her since I was 8 years old, and we've played on summer teams, and so I think the three of us just have that chemistry. And lately, I guess I've just been kind of the one that gets that last touch on the puck, but this award is just as much for everyone on our team. Our defense are incredibly solid and make the play up to start it. Lev in the net.
Lev.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a team thing, and I've been on the fortunate end to, be that last touch before we score, but it really is every single player on our roster, and especially my line mates and the D that we typically play with, and Amanda Boulier, and she's very offensive and always makes things happen too. So I'd say it's just as much them as it is me.
I love how humble you are. It's very sweet. Chat's laughing at you right now, though, because they're like, okay, we've seen you play. Like, we know. I think one of my favorite Twitch clip of you, no, wait, hold on. I don't want to spoil anything, but one of my favorite Twitch clips of you is like, solo effort Thunstrom. Like, we all agreed. Like, I love watching you guys play. You have an amazing team. You guys are crushing it. You definitely are being, helped by your teammates, but let's not take away from the fact that you are amazing at hockey. And hockey is also not the only sport that you are amazing at on skates. There's actually 2 more sports that you play on skates besides hockey. The first is speed skating. You competed in the 2014 and the 2018 Olympic trials for speed skating. In 2018, you came in 8th. And the wildest thing about this is that you came to speed skating as an adult, right? Can you just tell me a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. A lot of people, when they find out that I speed skated, assume that was, my first time on skates and that I'd done that my whole life. And that could not be further from the truth. It's actually pretty funny, and I get asked it enough that it kind of makes me cringe every time I tell the story. But I honestly don't know why I stuck with it. It just it was a year or two after college, and I wasn't really playing a lot of hockey anymore, and I was kind of like, I don't know what to do, and somebody suggested trying speed skating. So I went and I tried it, and then I kind of liked it. So I joined this little club in Minnesota, and I started skating, but I was a beginner skater. So I was out on the ice with kids that ranged from age, 6 to 14, and then there's me, a 24-year-old out there, and I was awful, like awful. Like, so if you're familiar with speed skating, typically when you see people fall, it's in the corner or whatever. And I was full on face planting in the middle of a straightaway.
Good.
And
Perfect.
I could just see these kids like looking at their parents like, what is this giant, out here doing? Like, she can't skate. And for some reason, I stuck with it. I mean, I remember as I started getting a little bit better at it, I couldn't get the arm thing down. So like speed skaters are very calm with their upper body and one arm's behind their back. And that was not me at all. And so I was trying really, really hard one day to not face plant, but also to figure out the arm thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to the corner and I face planted again, but because my arm was like so stuck behind my back, I full on did not catch myself at all. And then I was so embarrassed. I was like, well, I can't say anything because I'm this 24-year-old out here with kids. And yeah, it was a whole mess. And then for whatever reason, I stuck with it. And then it started to come a little bit easier after that.
Oh, yeah. Just like Olympic level easy. No big deal. And you're not wearing, and I've tried to take skating lessons as an adult because I'm getting into hockey later. And you're not wearing your gear. So it feels weird. You feel like, and you're also wearing like a unisuit. So,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's one of the things that is kind of crazy is there's no equipment, like zero. When you're in short track, you have little pads on your knees, but I mean, they're not going to do a whole lot.
Right.
But then so I went to long track, which is on the big 400-meter track. And in Minnesota, our track is outside. And so,
Oh.
like you said, we're in a little spandex suit, and sometimes it's, negative 15 out there with wind, and there you are just kind of shivering and trying not to, freeze to death, but it's aerodynamic. So
Yeah.
you kind of got to do what you got to do.
I'm just imagining your knee pads as like a single ply toilet paper folded in half and then like duct tape
Essentially,
to your knees.
That's close. Yeah.
I want you to have like a Pretty Woman moment and go back to that class in your, in your gear and be like, you remember me? Remember when I fell? Look at me. I'm an MVP. So I think, maybe I'll just do it for you. Can you just give me?
I'll let you take care of that.
Cool. It's right up my alley. So aside from speed skating, I mentioned 2 sports. You also play a sport called bandy.
Yep.
And you're gonna explain it to us in a second, but I just want to play a clip first because it doesn't make sense until you watch it. And we just want to thank Neil Logan on Facebook for this clip.
Goal. Women's national team.
So, first of all, we know it's you because you go by the camera so fast. Actually, that video quality, it's high resolution, but because you're moving so fast, it's just shaking the vibrations and then science happens. So can you just explain bandy to us real quick?
So kind of how it's a little bit difficult to understand, and sometimes I still don't quite understand it, but the easiest way that I usually describe it is it's kind of like soccer on ice, or better would be field hockey on ice, because it's 11v11, so you're on a full soccer sized field.
Oh my gosh.
Covered in ice, and we all have skates on, and then it's played with sticks and a ball. And so yeah, kind of you don't see a lot of stopping and starting in bandy, which I kind of like. But yeah, it's a lot of the skill, or the strategy is very similar to soccer in that, you see that possession game kind of in the middle, and then you're trying to break free to get shots on goal, and then corner kicks and everything like that. So that's the closest I can do to explain it, but seeing it and watching it, you'll understand it a little bit more.
I would love to play us more clips, but copyright and stuff. Twitch chat also wants to know if you've dabbled in being an astronaut.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Small passion of yours, just like all these other small passions are.
I used to be absolutely terrified to even fly in an airplane, so I don't know if I could get the courage to get to the moon, but I would love every second of that. I went to NASA down in Houston, so yeah, sign me up.
That. So if one thing is clear from, the clip that I played, and your speed skating background is that you are fast. I mean, you're fast. So having you on the ice changes how other people play you. It changes how defenders play you, but it also changes how your teammates play around you. For example, this is one of the wildest things I've seen this year. Let's just watch this.
And the Whitecaps will clear. Nice big play for Thunstrom. A shot to goal! Allie Thunstrom collected
the title of that clip. The title of that clip is Alley Oop, because you just she lifted it. Your defender lifted it from like right in front of the goalie, past the blue line, past the red line, and just like plopped. Is that a set play? Is that something that you guys had practiced multiple times before? Or she just saw you like, oh, it's Sally. Okay, I'll just throw it. She's good.
Yeah, that was Pizon making the pass. See, like I said, my teammates just do that cool stuff, and I just luck out on the other end of it. But yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal play by Pizon, and I remember as she was doing it, I was like, oh wow, okay, I better like get moving. This is going somewhere. it was phenomenal. A really, really awesome play by her.
Yeah, I mean, definitely awesome play by her. No one else to congratulate on that. Oh my gosh, Allie. Okay, so that's actually not the most popular clip of you on Twitch, though. There's something else happened recently that was pretty exciting that you did. So let me just set the stage real quick. Okay, Pride Whitecaps scores 3-2. Whitecaps, 1 minute remaining. The Pride have not not lost a game yet this season. And then enter Jillian Dempsey, scoring a sick goal, tying the game at 3-3 with less than a minute left. You guys go to the face-off. Everyone's like, it's going into overtime, whatever. People who are watching it at home were like, yeah, overtime. And then all of your fans were like, no, we had it. And then this happened.
56 seconds left. Ooh, here comes Thunstrom back inside the offensive zone. A shot and a goal! Allie Thunstrom!
Okay, so you scored within 7 seconds of the face-off, but that's not like a spot you typically shoot from. That was not a very like thunderstorm play. So what was going through your mind at that point that led to that amazing shot, amazing goal, and then your eventual win?
Yeah, definitely not a shot I usually take. We can all be honest, I'm not known for my shot. So typically in that type of scenario, I'd look for a pass or maybe try to bring it in front. But I don't know. I mean, being on the ice for the goal that Dempsey scored when exactly like you said, we were basically under a minute and you never have it until the final buzzer
Right,
goes.
but you had it.
But you had it, and I think a few seconds before Dempsey scored, Shamel gave me a pass and I hit the post and I was like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. And then they came right back down and they ended up scoring. And so then it was kind of like that double whammy where it was like, oh my gosh, not only could we have literally put it away, but now we just gave it up. And it was just like, being on the ice when that type of thing happens, you just feel so guilty and you're like, oh gosh, like I just want to like rewind 15 seconds and do everything over. And then I don't really know what happened after that. It was kind of
out.
I kind of blacked out. Yeah, it was weird, but it worked out. And I don't think that our building has ever been so loud. I mean, we always you hear our team talk about how great the fans are in Minnesota, and that's always true. But in that particular moment, it was electrifying, and it was probably one of the coolest things that I've ever experienced in hockey.
Yeah, and so for people like me who don't have a home team, like I'm in DC, so there's not a home team here yet. We're looking for teams to root for, right? We want stuff like that to happen. So I think you guys captured the hearts of like thousands of people watching at that moment, and you guys earned a lot of fans from that moment. And that's what's so exciting about being a part of this league right now is that moments like that are going to be talked about for years and years and years. And I just want to read to you some of the things that people in chat are saying right now. Anya's saying, Boston goes down. Down goes Boston. Icy Silver Star is saying, I was on the bus on the way to Disney World watching the game and I almost screamed. I'm not crying. You're crying. I missed this game and I still regret it. Like people remember that moment and are going to remember that moment for a very long time because of how exciting it was. And you were at the center of it. You were the person who was at the center of it. I remember talking about it like the day after, and now you're here on the show. So it's just such a pleasure to have you on here and to like hear your side of the story and just hear how humble you are because everyone knows how good you are. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. And to everybody that wants to be a fan, we are more than willing and welcoming. So the more the merrier.
You're like, but you guys are so sold out though. How are we going to get tickets? Guess you need a bigger
we can
arena.
figure something out. Yeah, something like that.
But how amazing you all are all this season. The talk a lot this season has been on the Pride because they've been crushing it, but you guys have also been dominating. Your record is amazing. If the Pride wasn't doing what they were doing, the talk would be about you all. You've been selling out arenas, but this weekend, nothing else matters, right? Doesn't matter. Your goal was amazing, but that goal doesn't matter anymore. Like your guys' record doesn't matter anymore. Playoffs, the Riveters. Talk to me about going into this weekend. What's going through your head? What are you thinking? What's going on in that mind?
Yeah, definitely. Exactly like you said. The season that we had, none of that matters. None of, our record, nobody's record matters. It's a 1-game playoff, and, the Riveters, we split with them this year, and, they're a phenomenal team, and, their top line with Packer and Leary, they're dangerous. And, we saw that enough this year. And Sam Walters played phenomenal against us as well. And that's the thing going into, this one game semifinal is anything can happen. And it doesn't matter how good of a season we've had to date. We have to bring everything that we can on Sunday. And that's really just all we're focused on, is trying to clean up the pieces that we maybe didn't do so well last weekend, and hopefully just bring everything we can and put together a complete game and make sure we're taking care of both ends of the ice and, see what happens. But yeah, they're a very, very, very good team, and we're, hoping for the best, and we're going to bring everything we have. And that's all we can do at this point.
It's going to be extremely exciting. I can't wait to see the numbers that you all put up for this weekend. I want to share 2 more reactions from Twitch because they're making me very happy. Gladys Knight says, I'm so glad I got to be there as one of those people screaming. That was one of the moments I will have for the rest of my life. And Breedle13 says, I was next to Boulier's dad and it was just one celebration. High fives all around. That it's just, I want you guys, it's hard to be, impartial, but it's also hard to watch you guys and watch how passionate you are and watch your fans, like some of the best fans around, like every sport out there. So you guys have some of the best fans around, and you have Cappy. So
yeah, Cappy is one of my favorite things from this season, without a doubt. Like, it is, when it started being talked about that we were going to have a mascot, it was exciting and it was fun, but the actuality of
so good.
The mascot is incredible. And just to see the look on, young kids' faces when they see him and the joy that he brings. And like, we were at the Wild game on Sunday and him and Nordy hanging out. It's it's one of the coolest things. And I love every second of it. And he's phenomenal.
It goes Cappy, Gritty, everyone else. In my mind, I love Gritty. Come on now.
I respect that.
Also, because I kind of look like Gritty, I think.
No.
Same hair color. Yeah. It's good. It's cool. Well, Allie, we have gone well over our time. I'm sorry to keep you for so long, but you are just so entertaining and you're so inspiring. And the fact that you are so humble makes in my mind, you're like even better of a hockey player. Because like, if I had your skills, I'd walk in Brown and be like, yeah, you see my goal? Oh, you didn't? I got my iPad right here. I got the goal pulled up. You want to watch it? Like, you are so good at hockey. Well, we are so excited to watch you play on Sunday. I certainly will be tuning in. I know everyone in chat will be tuning in. Do you have any parting words for chat? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dempsey said it as well, but seriously, thank you to everyone on Twitch, everyone that comes to our games and supports us. We couldn't do it without you, and you guys just made, especially this year and every year playing hockey, so special. And we're very, very thankful for all the support that you've given us. And I really can't say that enough. And then, of course, to my teammates, I love you guys. This has been an incredible year, and definitely not ready for it to be over. It's crazy that playoffs are this weekend. It feels like we just got on the ice, a couple weeks ago. So thank all of you for everything. I love every one of you, and playing with you is phenomenal. And then, of course, to my parents, thanks for always supporting me, and everyone else in my family and friends. It's been special, and it wouldn't be as special without every single one of you by our side. So thank you.
And congratulations again, earning MVP. That's a well-earned award given to you. No, it's an amazing. It's very well deserved. And I'm very happy to, be sharing this moment with you. So we'll be watching this weekend, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Allie Thunstrom, everyone. Did you guys know how humble she was? Because I certainly did not, and I friggin' love that. Like, when you see someone who's that naturally good at athletics, like, how are you not, just a little bit cocky? She's just, like, the sweetest human alive. So that was magical. And we had Jillian on. We did I just black out, or do we have Jillian, Dempsey, and Allie Thunstrom on this show tonight? And also Anya Packer just like blowing up the chat with her amazing commentary. Color commentary, just as good in person as it is in Twitch chat. Just saying. I don't know who is. No, actually, I'm not going to pick sides. But Anya. We love your commentary. That's all the time we have for our show tonight. I know we went a little bit over, so thank you all for tuning in and sticking around. So streams will resume as normal on Monday. This Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll go for till the end of March. We're going to go a little bit past playoffs, just because who wants hockey to be over? Why would you ever want hockey to be over? I just want to thank you all so much for being so wonderful, being so supportive. This was I get so distracted by chat because you guys are so funny, and I want to like pay attention more to it. And so I'm glad that I got to catch snippets and you got to share your moments. I'm sorry we didn't have time to take questions from you, but I wasn't gonna like take time away from like Allie talking. Like listen to her. But we'll see you tomorrow in chat at for the play-in game, and then see you Sunday. Have a wonderful evening. We hope you enjoyed the show. By tuning in every week and engaging, you're directly supporting the league. Do you want another easy and free way to show your love? Amazon Prime customers have access to 1 free Twitch subscription a month. First things first, if you haven't already made a Twitch account, click the sign up button, which should be in the top right corner of your screen if you're on a computer. What a great show. Oh, you're finished? Okay. Once you have a Twitch account, head over to twitchprime.com and follow the instructions to link your Amazon account to your Twitch account. Sounds complicated, but it's not. Once you've done that, click the subscribe button right here. And make sure you scroll down to subscribe for free. Done! Now you've accessed exclusive Twitch emotes and some other fun stuff. Pro tip, the subscription doesn't auto-renew, so make sure you do it every month. That's it. Thanks for watching. Go Sports!